What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Or welcome if it's your first time here. Well, guys, according to this article here that was published on CNBC, 70% of Americans think a recession is coming. It's amazing that they think one is coming and not already here. A recession has been here for the last year. In my opinion, an economic depression or total economic collapse is coming. But let's take a look at this article. Experts. I love how they call the experts. They're always saying experts, but they never do give any experts names or credentials or anything like that. It's always the experts say. The experts say this, that, or something else. But anyway, experts are weighing the odds of how likely a recession is and how fast it could come upon us. Like I said, the recession is already here. Most Americans, 70%, already believe an economic downturn is on its way. Economic downturn's on its way. It's not here yet, but it's on its way. Economic downturn on its way. According to a new survey from Magnified Money, the online survey was conducted between June 10th and 14th and included 2,082 respondents. A recession is defined as a significant economic decline that lasts more than a few months. And we've been in that now, guys, for 2 years now. Pretty much ever since Joe Biden took office. So we're definitely already in economic recession, and it's going down the way of economic depression and eventually a total economic collapse, in my opinion. The biggest recession warning sign, which is 88% of respondents pointed to, is high inflation. Respondents also reported seeing signs of economic downturn in housing and rent prices, with 61% rising interest rates, 56% the stock market, 55% declines in consumer spending, and 42% the rising unemployment, 36%. And that was what people thought was contributing to the economy. It's actually all those. Some of these participants may lean on how people feel about the economy rather than hard numbers, and the numbers are definitely there, guys. You know, CNBC is a liberal, right-leaning, Joe Biden regime-protecting news media organization. So they're going to try to portray this in a positive light, but even they can't bullshit us enough to make everyone think that everything is okay. But still yet they're saying there might be an economic recession. Or these people might just be giving these answers to this survey because of something they've heard or read on the internet. Some of these participants may lean on how people feel about the economy rather than hard numbers. There is hard numbers. We're in a recession, we're heading to a depression, and more than likely a total economic collapse. While the U.S. economy still has bright spots, including a strong overall job market and rising wages, higher prices have raised America's feelings of financial insecurity, according to Matt Schultz, chief credit analysis at LendingTree, which owns Magnify Money. So, guys, they're trying to portray this in the best light possible to make Joe Biden look like he's doing something that it isn't that bad. We might go into a recession, but we've been in a recession for over a year now, and it's going to get much, much worse. We're going into economic depression and a total economic collapse. Prepare, get ready. Anything you normally use, try to buy more of that, stockpile that. Keep a record of what your family uses in a week. What's the most items that you commonly use? You know, what kind of soap do you use? Shampoo, things like that. Toothpaste, toothbrushes, any type of hygiene items that you normally use. Toilet paper, baby wipes, dish detergent, laundry detergent. Anything you use, and of course food, but anything you use often, stockpile that, because you know you're going to use it. It's not going to get any cheaper. And the way the supply chain is, it might be more difficult to find in the near future, or actually impossible to find certain items. So stockpile all you can, all the foods you can, the food you normally eat, stockpile that food, everything that's shelf stable, stockpile that, figure out what your family uses on a daily basis, stockpile more of that, and stockpile as much as you can, because the price is going to go up. If you already use it anyway, you're not going to waste your money, because you know you're going to use it. It's stuff you use anyway, and you're going to get it cheaper. Even if you can still find it 2 months from now, 3 months from now, 6 months from now, the price is going to be more expensive. So you'll pay more for that. So if you can buy it now at today's prices, which are already inflated, but if you can buy it now and put it back, then that will save you money in the long run. But guys, do everything you can to prepare. Get ready for this economic collapse that's coming, this recession that's coming, that's already here, that they're trying to deny is already here. But you look at the definition of recession, and we've already passed that. We passed that point over a year ago. We're in a recession right now, and it's going to be an economic depression and economic collapse. Not sure how long it's going to take to get to that economic collapse point, but that's where we're heading, guys. Things are lining up to cause economic collapse. You know, we have Russia and China and the BRICS nations. They're working on a system to so they don't have to use the SWIFT system for exchanging money internationally. When they do that, you know, they can trade in different currencies and not the U.S. dollar. The U.S. dollar has been the federal or the global reserve currency for decades, and that's how the United States has controlled that, and the military has controlled oil sales, oil prices, and pretty much global policy is through the dollar being the federal reserve currency, or the world reserve currency, sorry guys, global reserve currency. And if a nation stepped out and tried to buy oil, for example, or sell oil in a different currency besides the dollar, the United States military would go in and overthrow that nation, or the CIA would go in and overthrow that nation. And that's how they've kept power. That's how the dollar's been propped up. And nations now are sick of that. Russia, China, Iran, they're working together now to form their own system that can do their own trading in their different currencies. It's going to leave the dollar out. And it's going to definitely decrease the United States' power and influence around the world. And it's going to cause more hyperinflation. It's going to, I think it's going to be the extra weight that breaks the back of the U.S. dollar and causes that complete dollar collapse, economic collapse here in the U.S. Not good times, guys. Things are looking rough. Things are looking bad, unfortunately. And this article here is trying to act like we might get into a recession. Everything's great. We might be in a recession here. Maybe. We're already in a recession. This article is trying to spin it to make Joe Biden and the Democrats look as great as they possibly can. You know, I had issues with some things Donald Trump done. But Donald Trump, when he was in there, was good for the economy. He did want to secure the border. He had some good points, some good things he wants to do, and he was a whole world better than Joe Biden. Some things I didn't agree with that Donald Trump pushed, like Donald Trump was for big government. I want a smaller government, smaller, less centralized federal government, less control at the federal level, more control at the state level. Trump was for big government. He was for red flag laws. He was for several things that I didn't agree with. However, when it came to the economy, he was much, much better than Joe Biden. And that's because the Biden regime is trying to collapse the economy. It's all this push towards globalism. They want to bring the United States down to the level of a third world country because they want everyone to be equal, every nation to be equal. While the elites, you know, they're still living in hog heaven, as the saying goes. And they're still living it up, flying their jets, got their heated pools and their limousines and their security and their millions of acres of farmland and land they can roam, while you and I live in poverty and everyone else. That's the plan, guys. Anyways, if you thought the video was useful, entertaining, give it a thumbs up, really appreciate it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and the Creekmore out here, and I'll see you all in the next video, hopefully.